I'm missing somebody. Where's the white dude?
It's here. There's a guy way over there.
Another one.
Other
Way
guy.
over there.
Michael.
Other guy.
Yeah, where's
The
the
glasses.
Well, Mike comes, I'll show him later. It's okay. Where's the key?
In your
In
pocket.
my pocket. I'm gonna leave it here, act like it's in my pocket so I don't lose it. Alright, who has the inspection I can see?
Me.
The
Paper? There you go. Alright fellas, we finished outside. Let me show you where it is in the paper. If you can't see the gauges, just you can check them out later. But in-cab inspection is literally 1.5 page. Literally no more than 1.5 or 2 pages. So chunki maan lo. Like right here it says, now I would like to do my in-cab inspection, right? In-cab inspection, in-cab inspection. From here all the way here, and the next page it will get into the brake test. Alright? All you gotta do is listen to me and you will figure it out. I'm gonna leave this here. Now, before you do anything else, once you get inside, the tester is gonna come and say right here, you're gonna do 4 things. Get it in your head. I'm gonna do seat, seatbelt, mirrors, and floor. There you go. Seat, seatbelt, mirrors, and floor. Seat, seatbelt, say it after me. Seat, seatbelt, mirrors, and floor. Good? Seat, seatbelt, mirror, floor. Keep repeating it. That's how I want you to start the inspection. Absolutely. Seat, seatbelt, mirror, floor. What about the seat? My seat is properly adjusted for me. He's taller, somebody shorter. Fix the seat. Seat is properly adjusted for
Me.
Seat belt is not cut or torn or damaged. It latches on
Properly.
and latches off properly. Excellent. Seat, seat belt, mirrors. Doors will be closed. You're gonna say my mirrors are properly adjusted for
Me.
me. Seat, seat belt, mirrors, and you can also say they're not cracked or damaged or broken. Because remember we never talked about those mirrors. We only talk about these mirrors. Seat, seat belt, mirrors, and
Floor.
floor is clean, no obstructions, or especially no bottles that can roll under my pedals. Alright? Seat, seat belt, mirrors, and floor. We all good? Alright. After 4 things we just mentioned, seat, seat belt, mirror, floor. After that, safe start the engine. This is what I mean by safe start.
You're gonna mention it, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Tester, I'm gonna do safe start. I'm gonna perform safe start.
Just like that.
I'm gonna start the engine by safe start. Whatever. Use the word safe start somewhere. Okay? First thing, you're gonna say my wheels are.
Cha.
Now this is safe start. This is
Neutral.
you put the key here in the on position if you guys can see. When I put it in the on position, the ABS light turns on. Give him some room. There you go. Mike, just step up more if you can. There you go. Alright, so one more time. When we come inside, first thing we do is what? Seat, seat belt, mirrors, and floor. Good? My seat is properly adjusted for me. Seat belt is not damaged or cut or torn. Latches on, latches off properly. Mirrors are properly adjusted for me, not cracked or damaged. Floor is clean, no obstructions or any bottles that can roll under my pedals. Seat, seat belt, mirrors, floor. What's next? Safe start. Mr. Tester, my wheels are chugged. This is safe start. This is neutral. When you put the key in the on position, the ABS light turns on. Wait for it to go away. Light is on, light is on, light is on. Light is off. Good? Press and hold the clutch. Press and hold the clutch. Start the engine. Now release the clutch. Got it? What is that called?
Safe start.
Safe start. Very good. Safe start. Safe start. Engine is running?
Yes.
Alright, now what do we do so far? Seat belt, mirror, floor. Then safe start, right? After safe start, exactly. What's the first thing starts moving in your car here when you start the engine? Your gauges, right? So after safe start, I want you to start with the gauges. We all got that? After safe start, first thing is your gauges. Alright? Before you start, talk about each gauge. Why don't you step 1 down and grab this? It'll be easier. You step 1 down.
No, that's okay.
Good? No, try it.
Yeah.
You're like you're gonna get tired. After safe start is your gauges. Act like this is your light. What do we say about lights? They're clean, not cracked, no working properly, and no condensation. Alright? All my gauges are clean. They're working properly, not damaged, and no condensation, right? Now, you want to talk about each gauge by itself. Each gauge by itself. All right? This is my, if you look at here, if you can see this, remember, air. I have 2 gauges for the air. Right? How many tanks we got under us?
2.
Primary and?
Secondary.
On the gauge it says P and S. Primary and
Secondary.
air pressure gauges, they are rising to the normal range. What's the normal range?
125.
Beautiful. My normal range is 100 to 125 psi.
Governor cut off.
All right? My gauges are rising to the normal range of 100 to 125 psi. There's something called a governor's cutoff, right? Governor's cutoff is between 120 to 140. Got it? Governor's cutoff is 120 to 140. Normal range is 100 to 125. What is governor's cutoff? When the tanks release the extra air, right? You will hear it. You're gonna hear it eventually. It's gonna go like shh. It releases the extra air. Good?
Yes.
Say it like this. My primary and second. That you heard that? That is what? Governor's, huh? Governor's cutoff. My primary and secondary air pressure gauges rising to the normal range, 100 to 125 psi, and the governor's cutoff is 120 to
140.
On the top of the air pressure is fuel. You're gonna say my fuel gauge is no less than a quarter. At least a quarter. Good?
Good.
Speedometer, I cannot check. I'm gonna check my speedometer on the road. Good? I will check the speedometer on the
Roll.
RPM gauge, give it gas. It's working?
Properly.
Working properly. Good?
Good.
Top left, it says oil. Oil and PSI. This is my oil pressure. Oil pressure. Oil pressure is between 30 to
60.
PSI. Oil pressure is between 30 to
60.
Good? Under oil pressure it shows water.
Normal average.
And that's a Fahrenheit or a thermometer. That's your water temperature. My water temperature is rising to the normal range. No number. Water temperature is rising to the normal range. Notice there is no gauge for the battery. Battery shows up in digital.
14.4.
Mention battery gauge is between 12 to 14 volts. Good?
Good.
The range for the battery is 12 to
14
volts. Good?
Volts.
A little bit over, that's fine. But normal range is normal range between 12 to 14 volts. Remember 12 to 14, 12 to 14. Good? What's the numbers for the gauges again? Air pressure, normal range, 100 to 125. Governor cutoff, 120 to 140. Fuel gauge, no less than a quarter. Speedometer, I will check that on the road. RPM is working properly. Oil pressure is what? 32?
60.
60. Water temperature is rising to the normal range. Battery is between 12 to
14.
Good? Now think. After a safe start, first thing I did was the gauges. Work your way towards you. Like this. For example, 1, let's say 1 is gauges. 2 would be the indicators. Did we check outside?
Yes.
We're gonna check the dashboard lights. This green light. Okay?
Right turn signal.
So this is also you check the lights. Right, point it out. Right is working properly. Left is working properly. Forward flashes are right here. These things, pull it out. All right. Good. My forward flashes are working properly. To turn off the flashers, put a signal on. Let it go. Flashers on. Off. Good. So right is working good, left is working properly, 4 is working properly. Everybody take a look at this switch.
This is the light switch.
This is your light switch. What is on? Headlights and
iPad.
ID lights and clearance lights. Remember when we were checking the lights? I pointed it out. Headlights is on, ID lights and the clearance lights are on the tractor and the trailer. This is one switch that controls everything. All right? Now, to show high beams, this switch and this one and high beams. This light turns on. Huh? So we're checking this light right now. High beams light.
I do that again.
So Up. Headlights on. High beams.
Pump it up.
High beams on. This light comes on here. You guys can see a little bit.
Yes.
High beams on. High beams. If this is not up,
It's not sure.
no high beams, huh? High beams on. High beams on. All right. So what do we do? 1 gauges, 2 indicators. Right is good. Left is good. 4-way flashes are good. High beams are good. Good. Right, left, 4 and high beams. 1 gauges, 2 indicators, 3 steering wheel. 1, 2, 3. Get the order? 1, 2, and 3. Work your way towards you. Say, I have 20 inches steering wheel with no more than 2 inches of play. 20 inches steering wheel, no more than?
2 inches.
City horn is in the middle. Working properly. Highway horn is working. Good. 1, 2, 3. City horn and highway horn. From here, go to the windshield. My windshield is clean, not cracked or broken or damaged. No illegal stickers. I have no illegal stickers on the windshield. My inspection sticker is up to date. Inspection, they put it in the corner now. So inspection sticker is up to date, current. Good. What else is on the windshield? Wipers. Remember, wipers have 2 parts. The metal part is called the arm, and the blade is the blade, the rubber part. Windshield wiper arms are not cracked or damaged. They have a little screw. Mentioned screws are present. Blade is not cracked or dry rotted. Proper tension against the windshield. Proper tension against the windshield. All right. Windshield wiper arms and blade. After you talk about the wipers, you want to show how they work. Right here, wiper, you just press it. Huh? My windshield wipers are working properly. You press this one again, it turns off. Good. Under it, it says wash.
Spray.
You press and hold, and the water comes out. And my windshield washer fluid is working properly as well. Good. After you talk about the wipers, jump to the panel. Wipers and the wash. Good. Wipers and the wash. They're working properly. Show both. From here, you want to show the dome light. This switch is dome. It says dome on it. Good. Dome light. And these are also my, leave them on. And these are also, this is on because the door is open. These are also my dome lights. My dome lights are clear in color, red in color, properly attached, working properly, and no condensation. This one is the big light, all right? You gotta press these and turn them on, turn them off. Good? My dome lights. So from wipers, you do dome. From dome, heater and this one is on the defrost. All you gotta do is turn the fan on. My heater and defroster is working
Probably.
Good. Heater and defroster is easy. Leave this one on defrost. Just turn the fan on. Good. One more time. When I started the engine. Alright, how about you guys just watch me do it? Going to do my in-cab inspection. My seat is properly adjusted for me. Seat belt is not cut, damaged or torn. It latches on and latches off properly. My mirrors are properly adjusted for me. They're clean, not cracked or broken. My floor is clean, no obstructions or any bottles that can roll under my pedals. Mr. Tester, I'm going to perform a safe start. My wheels are chalked. This is neutral. I'm going to wait for the ABS light to turn off. I'm going to press and hold the clutch and start the engine. All my gauges are clean, not cracked or broken, working properly, no condensation. My primary and secondary air pressure gauge is rising to the normal range of 100 to 125, and my governor cutoff is 120 to 140 psi. Fuel gauge is no less than a quarter. Speedometer, I will check that on the road. RPM gauge is working properly. Oil pressure between 30 to 60 psi. Water temperature is rising to the normal range. Battery is between 12 to 14 volts. My right is working properly. Left is working properly. Four-way flashers are working properly. and my high beams are working properly. I have a 20 inches steering wheel, no more than 2 inches of play. CD horn is working properly. Highway horn is working properly. Windshield is clean, not cracked or broken, no illegal stickers. Inspection sticker is up to date. Windshield wiper arms are not cracked or damaged, no missing screws. The blade is not cracked or dry rotted. Proper tension against the windshield. Windshield wipers are working properly. Windshield washer fluid is working properly as well. My dome light, clear in color, red in color, not cracked or damaged, working properly, no condensation. My heater and defroster is working properly as well. That took 4 minutes. All right? What's next?
Brakes.
You cold?
Hot, not cold. A lot of people. You want it?
After all that is your in-cabin, after in-cabin inspection is your brake test. Brake test. How many have you got?
4.
4, very good. What's the first one?
1 minute leak.
Second is?
Fan down.
Third is?
Tug test.
Last one is the service brake test. All right? 1 minute, fan down, tug test, service brake test. Good? Very important. 2 pages worth of information, but very simple and easy to do. Ready?
Ready.
Everybody ready?
1 minute leak.
You can see it. Mr. Tester, I'm going to perform my 1 minute time leak. Before you do the test, we have to make sure about 2 things. My wheels are? Excellent. My pressure is in the normal range. What's the normal range? 100 to 125 psi. Is it? Yes. I'm good to go. All right. Before you do the test, you have to make sure those 2 things are good to go. Mr. Tester, I'm going to do 1 minute. My wheels are chalk. Pressure is in the normal range. All right. First one. I am going to turn my engine. Bring the key to the on position.
You don't have to tell that you're going to put in the on position or you have to...
Say it. How do I know it's on position? Look up for this light. Alright, this is your giveaway. If the key is not in the on position, no blue light. Okay? So turn the engine off, bring the key to the on position. It's very important. I'll tell you later why. Blue light is on, key is in the on position. First step is good, right? Turn the engine off, bring the key to the
On position.
second step. We release the parking brakes. We release the parking brakes. That is why the wheels are chucked, so the truck doesn't roll back. Wait for them to
Settle.
settle down. Give it a couple of seconds. Alright? Follow the steps.
What about
Turn
the
the
key
engine
leaking
off.
like that?
If it keeps it on, I'm going to check it what's wrong with it. Turn the engine off. Bring the key to the on position. Release the parking brakes. Oh, it's right here. I think this one is loose. There's something is wrong. Man, there's a leak coming from here. I'm gonna get it checked today. All right? If there's
Let's
a
do
leak,
it as is good.
yeah. So because the pressure, if there's a leak coming, the pressure is gonna constantly keep dropping. So what I want you guys to think right now, no leak. All right? Let me start one over so everyone is not confused. Mr. Tester, I'm going to perform 1 minute time leak. My wheels are shut. Pressure is in the normal range. What's the first step?
The engine out.
Bring the key to the on position. Release the parking brakes. Once, couple of seconds, the leak goes away. All right? It settles down. Once it settles down, what are we gonna do? And I'm gonna use my phone, even though I told you guys not to do it. Once the settles down, you're gonna press the brake. That's the next step. Press the brake, huh? Press and hold the regular brake. Start the timer as soon as you press the brake. Good?
Good.
1 minute time leak. How long am I gonna hold it for?
1 minute.
1 minute, huh? I think the valve is a little bit loose. I'm going to open it, tighten it up. Am I going to do 50 seconds?
No.
Oh,
Nothing.
exactly 60.
60.
Nothing under, please. I've got fails who did it for 45 seconds. I'm like, why? It says 1 minute. Huh? Major mistake. Press and hold. Press and hold for 1 minute. That's all. Alright, 15 more seconds. My foot is on the brake. Alright, press and hold for 1 minute. Turn the engine off, on position, release the brakes, parking brakes, press and hold for 1 minute. Alright, 59, 60, maybe a couple seconds over for correction. Alright, Mr. Tester, you look at the gauges. Usually the gauges stay pretty much where they are. Even though this is leaking, it stayed where it is, not a big leak. Mention after 1 minute, I did not lose more than
4 psi.
4 psi. I have no leaks. If you do this thing in the bus or the dump truck, you go for 3. Straight vehicles is 3 psi. All right. I did not lose more than 4 psi. I have no leaks. If there's a, see, even though it's leaking, it stayed where it is over here. If this leak was on one of the chambers, it's gonna drop a lot.
Fast.
All right, a lot. That's what we're pretty much checking. Once we say that, 1 minute is complete. We good?
Good.
We got the steps. Turn the engine off, bring the key to the on position, release the parking brakes, hold for 1 minute. After 1 minute, no more than 4, I have no leaks. We good? Second test is
Fan down.
fan down. Think of the name of fan down. You're pressing the brake, fanning it down multiple times, huh? Make sure the key is in the
On position.
Notice the blue light is on. One of the major mistakes. Not on position, huh? On position, right here. Good? Before you do the test, is better, you don't have to, explain what you're going to do. So if you explain, you most likely will not make a mistake. Mr. Tester, I'm going to perform my 1 minute time leak. I'm going to start pumping the brake pedal. Once you pump the brake pedal, what happened to the pressure gauge? It goes down. Mention around 40 to 60. 60 is right in the middle. Pressure gauge middle. Around 40 to 60, I will hear the buzzer and I will see the warning light. Once that happens, take a break. I'm not pumping anymore. Alright? Mention, Mr. Tester, my buzzer came on. Y'all can hear it? There's a red warning light here. It's a red thing that pops up. 2 things come on, right? And stop pumping, pause, and tell him, Mr. Tester, my buzzer came on and my warning light came on. Okay? Tell him before you do it. I'm gonna keep pumping till my parking brakes will
Pull out.
pop out. One came out correct, the yellow one didn't. I'm gonna keep pumping.
Looks like it's not
I
coming
feel
out.
together. Oh,
There you
no.
go.
No. Wow.
Do not pull it.
He failed
None of
last
you
week.
guys are doubting it. It will come out. Do not. Okay, one more time. This came out, right?
Yeah.
This one did not. Did I grab and pull it?
No.
Please don't do that. All right? Keep pumping. If it doesn't come out, something is wrong with the truck, you stop. You called me. Hey, call Jay. Something's wrong with the truck. All right?
If the air
It will
finish.
never, see, they're still there. It will, I mean, almost 100% because what is it based on? The pressure, right? If the brakes, these are your parking brakes, all right? They're spring brakes. They're based on the air. Once I release them. What do I do actually?
Cut the air.
I give them air. All right?
When you release.
When you release.
Okay.
Imagine the slack adjuster. When you press the brake, what happens to this slack adjuster? It pops out. When I press the brake, it cuts off. All right? When I give it brake, when I press this, I am constantly giving it air.
To release.
When I'm constantly giving it air, the slack adjuster is not engaged. Does it make sense? When there is no air, what happens? The slack adjuster gets engaged. All right? There is very little air. What happens to this? When happens to the parking brakes? The slack adjuster gets engaged. The parking brakes are on. Got it? Once you go low enough, these will come out. These are not based on the computer system. They're directly based on the pressure.
But sometimes they come together.
Perfect. Most likely, if that doesn't happen, if this one comes out, do not act like this one came out too. Keep pumping. We good?
You don't explain that to the tester.
No, just for your information. Just keep pumping, simply. Before we do the tug test, we ask the tester one thing. What do we ask him?
To remove the chalk, would you like to remove
We ask the tester, would you like me to remove the chocks?
Yes.
Mr. Tester, I'm going to perform my tug test. Would you like me to remove the chocks? He's going to say yes. Build to the normal range before I can do the tug test, huh? Give a guess. What's the normal range?
100, 125.
Both tanks, both gauges.
Start training for them.
Can you bring the umbrella? You can?
Yeah, lucky.
It's better for you to wear like a rain jacket. It's probably going to be raining. What do you have? Trash bag. Trash bag. Yeah. A poncho, $2. You don't have $2 either? Then you do it in the rain.
Doing it what?
He said what happens
Skip
in the rain.
breakfast.
They don't skip the test in the rain.
No?
Only in the snow usually. In the rain, no, you're gonna test in the rain. Simple. How many brakes we got?
Two.
Release one, whichever one. I like to do the trailer first, the red one. I'm gonna check the tractor brake. No gas or brake, only play with the clutch, like this. First gear, huh? Hold on. I'm gonna release the clutch. And now I can feel the engine engage. It wants to go. It wants to go. Right here. A little jerk? Good. Neutral. Engage red. Release yellow. Same thing. Which brake am I checking now? Trailer. First gear. Slowly release the clutch. When you feel the engine engage, I want a little jerk, by the way. Like right here. See, it's pulling. It wants to go. You can feel it. Right? Good? Neutral. Engage the yellow. I think this one is loose. My parking brakes are working properly. Tug test is complete. Do not press the gas or the brake. Please only play with the clutch. When you switch the brakes, put it in neutral in between. Good? Last test is what?
Service brake.
What is this called? Service brake. Service brake, huh? It's very simple. I'm not going to do it. They usually make you skip that one too, actually. If you do everything right so far. Service brake is easy. Both hands on the wheel. Tell him to put his seatbelt on. Clutch. Fourth gear, fifth gear. Release the brakes. Both hands on the wheel. Here is fine. Here is stupid. Here is better. You go straight up. Anybody in the truck? Check, please. Alright. Mike, come up. All you're gonna do is release the clutch and the brake. You're gonna go straight. You're gonna go 5 miles an hour. As soon as you reach 5 miles an hour, you're gonna give me brake and clutch. Good?
That's it. My brake are
Neutral, wait. Neutral, brakes on. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna pull up to 5 miles an hour. As soon as you reach 5 miles an hour, what are we checking? The brake, right? Press the brake and the clutch. Complete stop. Neutral. Put the brakes on, ease up. First thing you're gonna say, my service brake is working. That's what we check, right? Drive and stop. Service brake is working. What else? Speedometer is working. And my truck did not pull to the right or to the left. Service brake is easy. Sometimes they ask you to just tell them what to do. Good?
That's good.
That's it.